And we are back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Let the Street Speak. I'm your host, J. Arthur. This is the co-host, DJ Gargamel. Hey, you're leaving me hanging. God damn it.
Brother Divine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we have, I like to call hip-hop royalty, okay?
That's more than royalty. Architect.
Hip-hop architect, royalty, hip-hop pioneer. DJ Brother Divine of the Funky Fresh Crew, okay? Let's see if we can get my guy on, okay?
He is on. Yeah.
F-R-E-S-H. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Brother DJ Divine of the Funky Fresh Crew. What's up, brother?
Peace.
Peace, man. Peace, guys.
Peace. How y'all be? How y'all doing, man?
Chillin' most.
Brother.
Yeah, I like your setup too, man. You know, you got it going on. For real. Yeah.
Man, we appreciate that, man. It's a work in progress, but we ain't gonna block our blessings. We'll take that. Thank you, brother.
Hold on.
Can you hear me? Testing.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I have to take these joints off and just wake up everybody in the house, you know? You hear me?
Yeah. You like, hey, I got kids and a wife, homie.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Man, first and foremost, thank you for blessing us, man. Like I said to the folks, I consider you hip-hop royalty.
Yes.
You said pioneer, I agree. And man, bro, you just all around just you one of the forefounders, I like to say, man, because you came out. They say the golden age is like 86 or something. I don't know why they call it that. Because you guys, to me, are the golden age.
Yeah, that's a factor. And there was some a little before us as well that we looked up to.
Like,
you know, like the sugar cane era.
Yeah.
The Enjoy era.
Yeah.
You can't forget Fatback Band.
Yeah.
King the Third, you know.
That's considered the first. That Fatback is considered the first rap record, right?
What's that?
That Fatback Band record, that's considered one of the first rap records, right?
I mean, to my knowledge, but then I remember like I was around an OG, man. This guy, man, he was my, you know, I'm a train operator, as I told you. He was my instructor, Mr. Taylor. And he started banging on a tape. I'm looking at him like, old man with gray hair started banging. And he started spitting some rap. He said, yo, this go from the 50s. I still can't find the name of the record. But it was told to me that there was records that they did some, Pigment, what's his name? I got his 45 too. You got the number. What's his name? Pigment, Martin.
Pigment Markle.
Yeah. Before then, but I guess our clarification of rap was like, to me, I remember hearing King the Third on the radio, man. I was like, yo, that shit was crazy. Excuse my expression, can I curse?
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. I remember saying this, yo, that shit is crazy, son. You know? No, it was R&B. It was, they did their little singing, and then the break part, he rhymed, and it was like real short, and it went back to singing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a golden era right there, man, that people forget that needs to be. I'm sorry that, you know, I know you wanted me to speak on my No.
We want to hear the history.
But there's things that need to be exposed. At least I feel.
That part right there. That part.
That's what we want. What you talking about?
We want to hear your history.
Yes.
We want to hear
what
blueprinted you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because I know what came before you was like right before you was like Christmas rapping And even before that, that's when, you know what I mean? Like Hurt in the Parks and all that, Cold Crush and all of that.
Yeah,
You know what I
Cold
mean?
Crush,
So,
𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏, the Zulu Nation. That's who I used to like because I liked it. Bam. I remember the first tape I heard. I was just talking to there's a guy on here on Instagram named Troy L. Smith. And he was known, one of the guys that used to collect the tapes, and he sells them, just like Bismarck. And there's another guy named, I call him Double D, Louis Bias. All right? They collect tapes and they sold them, the old archives. So he mentioned, we was talking about a record, and the record was by Captain Sky, and it was called Do That Rock. All right? I remember when I first heard Do That Rock, I was like in the 7th grade. I had the Sonya box, one tape deck with one speaker, and I used to play my tapes. And so I forgot how I came across this tape. Somebody just gave it to me, and I started listening to it. And I was like, "Yo, what kind of records are these?" and then after Do That Rock, Candido came on with the. I don't know if you know the records I'm talking about.
Thousand Finger Man.
Huh?
Was it Thousand Finger Man?
No, Drum Fever. Drum Fever. It got the go, and the beats behind it. Those are the 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏 signature records. So I heard that, and then Rockin' in Pocket came out. I know y'all know about Rockin' in Pocket, but I lost my mind when I heard that. And I was like, later for all them other tapes, that's the tape that I was connected to, identified with, you know? And then plus Zulu had, you know, 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏 had that crew, Zulu Nation. Yeah. I couldn't become a Zulu at the time. I was too young. They wouldn't let me. I remember in the 8th grade, I saw a Zulu card, this guy in my class. He was like he was in my class, but he was like grown. Like he had sisters, so he had the British Walkers, the Leafs, so he stayed fresh. And then I remember I came up to him, I said, I want to be a Zulu. And he said, you can't be a Zulu. You ain't ready for this. This ain't made for you. So then, you know, because they was involved with a lot, like gang fights and you know, they were mature for a 6th grader, 8th grader. Yeah. I was still a kid.
Maybe they flunked a couple times.
What happened?
I said maybe they failed. They flunked their class a couple times.
Yeah, there was some grown ass kids in 8th grade. Quite a few. You know, you had some guys that were smart too, and I'm not going to knock them off. I'm not going. I should even said that. But you know, there was some. I came across some cats. They were, you know, they was too advanced.
Right.
Glad to even be around them because I learned a lot from them. You know what I'm saying? Like how to fight. You know, jailhouse rock. You know, I'm not gonna say no names. You know, but yeah, I remember when I became a 5%. Right, it was over a fight, and there's one of the guys, 5%. He won him jail. His name was Supreme, and he saw me like handle myself, and he was surprised because I wasn't like a fighter. I was one of them kids like to get along with everybody, you know, and quiet, you know. So he said he named me Divine. That's where the name Divine came from. And I remember I was still eating pork and I didn't know what he was talking about, but he was walking around. He had that bop. The
kids call it swag now.
The can't go to the back, and he was like, "Yo, Supreme Being Black Man." He just kept saying it, Supreme Being Black Man from Asia, Asiatic Black Man, spitting lessons. Yeah. And I was like, where you learning all this? This sounds so cool. Now Cypher God, ain't nothing cool. Cool is 32 below 0. You know, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, I was like really feeling this, right? Yeah. So he took me, he said, after I beat this kid up to defend myself, the guy told me to watch my back. I'm from 𝗂𝗏 the Bronx. I don't know if you know the Bronx.
Boogie down.
Right, the boogie down. Uptown 𝗂𝗏 the Bronx, which was more of a middle class neighborhood. So then he said, watch my back. And then I'm like, I'm looking at him like, me and you had a fight. Why you want to get the whole Boston Seacorp, the next area, to jump me? So then next thing you know, he took me around some other 5%, and then you know, they were all talking all uppity, and they had the trench coats and these pants called sharkskins and Playboys, and they were sharp, and they were standing there unlike what I was used to seeing, you know, with the Diddy, you know, the talking like, yeah, man, they were talking like civilized, upright. And then one thing led to another, and I became a 5%. That's why I got the name Divine. So then with the group Fresh, right? This was back in '82. I had my own little crew in the neighborhood that I'm from, Co-op City, Section 5. And we wanted to battle some sections. Co-op City is pretty big. They got 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a bunch of buildings. All right. Yeah. So, back then we talking about the early '80s. Everybody want to battle each other. Who had the best eyes, who had the best routines and all that. And once again, we was young kids, but we was trying to copy off of the other cats. Was the Golden Era. We was trying to copy off of the Fearless 4. No, not Fearless 4. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Yeah. We was trying to we listened to tapes and we try to copy them and try to, battle amongst the other little kids. Yeah. And I used to meet this guy who was my neighbor that lived two stories from me. His name is Mark Reed, Born Unique. That's on the record. Have you heard Born Unique? Yep. And I used to say, yo, you got a crew? He said, yeah. Well, I was bold like that. Well, we're bad at you. I always thought that I was, I was always that little guy that want to, with the mouth. Said, we're bad at you. He's like, word. So he was like, we're going to battle bet. He tried to set it up. Next thing, my crew kind of fell off, right? And his crew still was moving up. So then it was a big snowstorm about 1981 or 82.
Brother Divine, hold on a minute. Hold on, brother. We don't have no sound on you. We don't have no sound.
Yo, Divine.
No sound.
We can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you.
All right, sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had another call. Yeah. I said, where I left?
Where your battle was at.
All right. Yeah, so to make a long story short, my crew fell apart. So I humbly came up to them like, do y'all need a DJ? And it was like, word, come. They were happy because I had records. I was collecting records. It's going to this. My mom used to work for Polygram. She used to bring home records. So I went and then listening to the band. I was always in the record shops, playing tapes at there's a store called Brad Records. And they don't exist no more. But Brad's, their record was Grand Groove. And if you're familiar with Grand Groove, T-Ski Valley was under the Brad Records store. Right.
Catch a beat.
Catch the beat, exactly.
Hey, this dude is DJ too. He cold-blooded. DJ Gargamel.
Right. All right. So they accept me to be their DJ, not knowing that they were putting together a crew to make a record. And like I was telling you about, what's his name? Bill Moore. Bill Moore is the producer to Brother Soul. And not knowing at the time, they did the record called Cookies.
Yep. Who stole the cookies from the cookie jar?
That's Jay's uncles. The name of the group is Brother Soul. That's Jay uncle. Supreme Just, aka T-Biggs. Right. That's on Instagram as well. And thanks to Born Unique for making me a part of that. He bridged that gap to become part of that crew. And we was doing our own thing. We still, do jams, little jams. We were still kids, And then next thing you know, that summer, right, we recorded Fresh. And Fresh came from one of our routines. Nobody knew. One of the routines was from the Kraftwerk record, because the 80s, like you said, you were 80 cat. Remember the Computer World?
Yeah.
All right, there was a Kraftwerk record that went like this, boom, 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 Computer World. Yeah. That was a routine from the routine that they had called Rising to the Top, and they put it together in the studio. In Reverse was part of that routine too. If you spin the record back, you hear Party with the Funky Fresh Crew, Funky Fresh, Fresh y'all. All right, all I came from that routine, and Fresh was because they kept saying, like, if you listen to what Mr. B, in the interview that I sent you, they kept saying, oh, that's Fresh. That was a new term.
It was some girls called y'all Fresh though, right?
Right. You know how that happened? Now check this out. I'm gonna give you the full detail on that. Right? I got a cousin, all right, in California. All right. I'm not gonna shout her name out. She's a little private. She's from New York. She was living in the building at the time. 𝗂𝗁 had a battle with Unique's brother, who was Cool J. All right, this was before LL Cool J. He wasn't around yet. So Cool J, that was his name first, right? They were both John, and his crew was the Funky Fresh crew. All right, so what's his name took his name. He took 𝗂𝗁 was mad at Cool J was Unique's brother for taking his name. He switched it. Like, yo, you bit, because Biden was forbidden.
Right.
So he was like, yo, you took my name. So, no, that's my name. So then it was like, you know what? We're going to battle for it. So he said, all right, you took my name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the crew's name. We're going to call our name because we didn't have a name. Our name was the Playboy Incorporated.
Yeah.
Said, all right, Divine, battle. We're going to battle and we're going to make Divine a DJ. So you know who I went for. You know who I fucked up on. You know who I went for. I fucked up on and I DJ better for the bigger guy crew.
Right.
And with the bigger guys, I already knew their routine. I didn't really know too much of the little guys. Plus, I'm like, little guys, get out of here. So I said, hey, I'm gonna do this. I did I fucked up purposely for the little guys. And then my cousin was the one that said, y'all are fresh. That was she said it at my man Boy Unique's house. Y'all are fresh.
And what's your cousin's name?
Huh?
What's your cousin's name?
I'm not gonna reveal her name.
Hey, I know. I'm dirty like that. I was trying to catch you out, dog. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not revealing her name.
She already checked you about that way back. You ain't gonna do that no more.
Yeah. Y'all Cali cats are crazy. I ain't fucking with her. Word. Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
Yo.
Okay, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Yes, sir.
All right.
Man,
Yeah,
that fresh instrumental though. That fresh instrumental right there. Yo, there was a time when we had this little, I guess we would call it like a turntable scratch nerd phase. And man, we would just go at it to that fresh instrumental right there, bro. Actually, 𝗀𝗏 and D-Styles and those dudes, they made that pretty famous. And the Pumpkin All-Stars right there, the scratch, the bass, that we used to cut that up right there, bro, for real.
Wow.
We used to cut that right there, but we'll get back into that.
You know those drums, right? You know where those drum patterns came from?
Where was that at?
Do you remember the Sensonic drums?
The Sensonic?
The Sensonic drums, they had 4 pads. And then they had a bunch of pads where you can play like you playing a beatbox.
Oh, damn.
Those drums came from the Sensonic drums.
Wow.
Dave Organ played it on a Lend drum at the Quattro-Sonic Sound studio.
Wow. That's
you know what Quattro-Sonic Sound is? Do you know what Quattro-Sonic Sound is?
Yeah.
That's the same studio where Tupac got shot.
Wow.
Yeah, the Quattro-Sonic Sound studio.
Okay,
they changed
on
7th Avenue.
Right.
Fat Boys was going to that studio. Fat Boys, R.I.P. Prince Marquis. Right? And I still,
R.I.P.
man, right.
Today Flavor Flav birthday.
Huh?
Today Flavor Flav birthday.
That's my man. I mean, I never met him, but yo, I love that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he revealed the gulliness of us, man. You know him, Mike yo, I got love for those cats, man, because, you know, I'm 55 years old. I'm going to reveal my age. I'm 55 years old, right?
You look good, brother.
And I remember working for this company called Macmillan Publishing Company as a mail clerk. And in certain things, you know, when it came to that world, you had to keep to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come up with these people, you got to be a certain way. And because a lot of things was not accepted from our community. Yo, man, Mike Tyson, Flavor Flav, a couple of others, man, kept, yo, they made it accepted. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like they broke the line. They broke that line. Like, you know, like I noticed the way how people are saying things on the news, like, you know, I'd be like, he didn't say that, did he? And I'm like, wow. Things came a long way.
Yeah.
Used to say, you can't talk like that amongst people. You know, you can talk like that amongst your friends, but all that is not accepted because they will look at you a certain way. Well, guess what? 2K 2021, it's all accepted. You know what I'm saying? And it's making money like this rap game.
Yeah. Speaking of that, brother, you mentioned you have kids. Are they like, what, teenage years or what?
Excuse me?
You mentioned that you had kids. Are they like teenagers or?
All right, I'm gonna tell you like this. My stepkids is making babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was getting at is, do they understand or really realize who their father is?
You know, like, all right, like my girl knows, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she support me, but it's like, I'm 55, and they're like, yo, you need to sit down a little something. You know?
Daddy, ain't nobody trying to hear that old stuff, right? But they don't realize that without you and your generation, it wouldn't be these Drakes, it wouldn't be these Futures, it wouldn't be these Lil Baby, It's a Baby, or all them babies without your era. They don't understand that.
Yeah, and I still give props to cats like, even though we going through it, this man, he introduced me to my wife, Mean Gene. You know who Mean Gene is? You know DJ 𝗕𝗿𝗄?
Yes. Yes.
Mean Gene's his older brother. They're the ones who one of the few those are real pioneers who paved it out.
Yeah.
You know, in the jam. And I remember that I interviewed, because I used to do the same thing. I had a show called Bushwick Radio.
Okay.
And I had Mean Gene that came to the show. And he was like, I saw in his eyes, he was like, he told me how it happened. It started from him b-boy. And the reason why him and Grandmaster Flash started DJing, because they wanted to find a way to keep the beat going for people to dance. Because back then they played the record Hurt. Hurt realized this. That's why Hurt is the founder. Played the record, the 12-inch, wait till the break. He saw that when the break came, everybody started dancing. That was the get down part, like the movie The Get Down, you know, as they speak about.
Like the TV show.
Right. Shout out to Raheem, man. He was one of the guards, by the way, when I wanted to learn, get my knowledge. Raheem was one of the guards there at Truman. I remember him too. And I used to see him in the hallways. He always used to wear that fly-ass hat. Slip dude, man. Word.
Peace,
brother, man. That's my brother.
So
Mean Gene said, back then, it was something to do. Yo, I be feeling them brothers' pain, man, because they were like, yo, these Drakes and everybody's billionaires, and it wouldn't be billionaires if it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
That's facts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the dance. Yeah, and I'd be like, damn, man, these are the guys who like Jazzy J, he caked off. Jazzy J caked off. That's one of my idols too. But I be seeing a lot of cats, and I'd be like, damn, I used to go to their jams, man. I still give them props. Like this one cat named Jazzy Black, who was a good friend of mine. And I tell him all the time, I say, yo, my man, I used to go to your jams, man. He like, word? I say, yo, I used to love his jams, man, in Jackson Projects, you know? as well as others, you know, and it's sad how, you know, how things are today. And then, you know, I just hope maybe one day everybody get paid off for this, man, you know?
Man, it's crazy how it mutated to what it is now, man. Like you have Dr. Dre, not Dr. Dre out here in LA, but Ed Love and Dr. Dre, that Dr. Dre. He got his leg amputated. He's blind from diabetes.
Yeah.
And he's on what's that where you need money, you need help from folks. GoFundMe. He got a GoFundMe. Ain't nowhere in the world these little kids with all this damn 24 million diamonds in their head and all that should have all their money, and this dude over here got a GoFundMe, man.
Yeah, we messed up, man. We got to pull it together, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like this generation gap is crazy, son. You know, and you know, I don't know, man. You know, it's sad.
Just speaking on billionaires and whatnot, just connecting the dots, you know, for those that really don't know, we actually had a show with Big Les right when Dr. Jekyll had passed. And for those that don't know who Dr. Jekyll who is, Андре 𝗿𝗏.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Андре 𝗿𝗏.
You know,
yes.
and part of the Pumpkin All-Stars, and you guys were all part of the Pumpkin All-Stars, right?
Yeah. I wasn't a DJ 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏, who passed too.
Yes.
He was if you listen to the record, right? He came with the wiggly scratch. Wiggle. He put that out. I remember hearing
Scratch All Galaxy.
Yeah. Sound like he played violin. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏 was a beast. And Pumpkin was the man that played the drums with Enjoy Records. Treacherous Heartbeat. That beat is sick, man. Yo, Pumpkin was the man. He played for everybody. You know, I met Андре 𝗿𝗏 when he was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And yo, I love that brother, man. R.I.P. Андре. You know,
man, we used to play his records out here west, bro.
Андре back then, if you ever seen a picture of him, I used to look at Андре like he was, you know, no disrespect, like, yo, what's up with this dude, man? Walking around with them GQ glasses and slim ties and long, you know, when we was dressing like, you know, the jeans, the pants hanging all up behind, you know, he coming all up. See, I didn't understand. I was still a kid, right? He was coming on like, yo, but he was the man though back then. Like he was calling shots, man. And I remember one time I said, yo, you ain't calling no shots. We the fresh crew. You know, and he looked at me like, oh, I can't stand that little dude. It was out of love, though. It was out of love. But I remember him, man. And then all them years when I heard Андре 𝗿𝗏, I didn't even know that was him, man. And I was like, wow. And come to find out, he was from Uptown, where we're from.
Right.
The Uptown. And I was like, yo, I missed something, man. That went over my head, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Андре 𝗿𝗏, man, when he died, it kind of hit me too, man.
I met that brother, man. So you know, out here in LA, and when I met him, I was like, Андре 𝗿𝗏. I said the original Puff. I said the original Puff Daddy, and and he started laughing. I said, for real, brother. I said, without you, it wouldn't be no Puffy.
Yo, Андре was the truth, man. Андре was running that Pumpkin and All-Star tour, man. He was calling shots in the Roseland, man. Serious, I didn't know that. You know? And Андре the truth, man. Андре was the truth, man, for real.
I actually got to meet Андре at the last Grammy party. I believe it might have been 2019. And it was the whole rock team was up there and everything. And Андре was just chilling, you know. People didn't even know who Андре was, you know what I mean? Because you had the whole new generation. And the first thing that I said, I was like, Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, you remember like that?
Yeah. You know, the biggest smile came out of his face. Yo, that's my grandpa, rest in peace, bro. And that's what he was like, yo, and it was a club that I was running at the time, right? And he was with the breezy and whatnot. He was just chilling. He had the biggest smile. And and I made sure he was taken care of, got him drinks and everything. But I didn't want to do too much. But now I look back, I was like, man, I should have got a picture with him, bro. And I was just, just paying homage. I was just like, and I was just like, I was telling him, because there was a bunch of other people up in there, but I was like, yo, people don't even know who you are up in here. You probably the person that means the most up in here. You know what I mean?
You can see he excited,
yeah,
man, this dude nipple like a damn pencil eraser, man.
Right. But really though, man, that's how excited I was when I seen him. I was like, yo, that's Dr. Jekyll right there, bro. Like, real, like, shout out 𝗕𝗿𝗍 in the building.
𝗕𝗿𝗍.
Yeah, man.
𝗕𝗿𝗍, 𝗕𝗿𝗍 be putting out some gems, yo.
Yeah, that's my big bro right there. When they got to chill with Dr. Jekyll, man, rest in peace.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, so you mentioned your elders in the game. Who were your peers in the game? Is Melly Mel or will he be an elder?
Well, like I said, I remember one time the closest I got to Melly Mel was in this gym in the Bronx, and now to me that was like, yo, I'm working out around. I didn't pick the way he picked up. Those are they monsters.
Right.
I was going there doing my little, all right, I'm gonna give you a skit. Remember
you got your 25 doing your
yo, remember Menace to Society?
Yeah.
Right? Remember, no, it wasn't Menace to South Central when he said G Cole.
Yeah.
Loco was lifting the ball with 5 pounds on it. Well, I was Loco. All right, and then Melly Mel was lifting like 5 plates of 45s, like a whole crew called the Grave Digger crew, and I just go to watch, like, oh shit, Melly Mel, oh shit. Yeah, that's the closest I got to him. I used to admire his style of rapping, man. He was one of the first with the fluency, like just kept it going on, hitting it hard. So that's what made him a legend too. That Grandmaster Flash crew, man. I'm glad they getting some recognition, man. And shout out to my man Scorpio, man. Wow. Like, yeah, man, Scorpio. Man.
Shout out.
Hold your head,
I'm
brother.
a Scorpio, so I love Scorpio. But Scorpio was cold-blooded, man.
Yeah, that's his brother too.
Oh, I didn't know
that they were brothers. I thought that they were brothers. I just seen that interview that he had on Vlad.
Who, Melly? Yeah,
Melly Mel. And you know what? He was actually living out here for a minute. And my OG Aladdin was telling me that a story that they had with Ice, that they were out there shopping for record deals back in the day. And I guess the reason that Ice got his record deal is because Melly Mel and them were still under contract with Sugar Hill.
This is Ice-T, right?
Yeah, Ice-T. Yeah.
Wow. I think Ice-T used to be out here, man. Somebody told me Jazzy J had a studio called Jazzy J Studio on Allerton Avenue in the Bronx. And I don't know how true it is, but they said, yo, Ice-T used to be in that studio. And I don't remember. Somebody said, yo, Ice-T used to be up in there, man. So maybe, and then I also heard Ice-T was connected somehow with the Zulu, like had some Zulu support.
Yeah, with Islam.
Yeah, I met Islam. I used to go to Islam house.
Yeah.
I used to go to Islam house, man. Yeah.
Islam produced Colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Colors, right?
Yeah. Islam produced Colors.
Okay.
Hey, so what you listening to now, OG? Like, what kind of music do you listen to, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling the new school, man. For real. I'm feeling the new school.
Like who?
Like, the reason why I started feeling it in the new school was my girl. She listened to it, and I used to say, yo, I don't like that. But then I started giving it a listening ear and started studying. I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. Little niggas is talented, man. It's just that they need this is my opinion. We need to build up, stop this generation gap, because it feel like their souls is shallow. They don't have a soul for what they say. I blame us too. Me, my man Unique, we used to talk about this. Said they didn't like Fresh because Fresh was about money, clothes, and women, and we felt, because before that there were more culturist rhymes, like at the jam. I remember hearing a rhyme when the kid said he went to the store get some bread and butter, talk about daily things that happen, but like my MCs, right? J. Cool, Mr. B, Born Unique. I'm gonna say their righteous name: Supreme, Just, Lord Thunder, Born Unique. They really didn't like Fresh. They didn't like Fresh because, being that we was all 5%, they felt that they kind of like did a little, they contribute to what's going on today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they were happy that it was a success, but they just, and also, I also want to include this. I know they was a little upset with me because it all started where, when we was in the ciphers with 5%, I remember this distinctively, like if it was vividly, like it was yesterday. The guards used to be like, yo, you need to come out with something more positive, but, and then the other guy go, yo, that Fresh is the jam though. That Fresh is the jam. Yeah, it is the jam, but you got the listening ears, now come up with something more positive, for the people. And then they tried, and then I guess, because they made other tracks, but Corey Robbins didn't like him. He didn't like the tracks. He wanted another Fresh. And next thing you know, they just, you know how the record business go. Hey, you get kicked, we don't need you, to the point of where we at today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, today now is a different time. I just wish that the kids will connect with the adults so they can speak of more. Like my man, I just was on an interview. Yo, shout out to you, big homie. Yo, you got love for me.
So-called bars.
Yeah. Bars, you got love for me. I like what he's saying, and I hope to see more of that. I hope it'll be a trend of cats falling behind them due to the pandemic and what we're going through as a race. And not only a race, a nation of people. We need more of that than talking about bragging, because motherfuckers is poor, man.
Yeah.
They looking for an outlet, man. The righteous, the 5%, the degrees, there are a lot of cats like Wu-Tang. Yo, mate, I remember one time, man, I'm in somebody's house and they listen to Wu-Tang to learn supreme mathematics, some lessons, I'm like, how you gonna learn from a record? And then I said, yo, here, I started giving them the mathematics, and started feeding them a little math. So, but that right there, it showed me like the music business touch a lot of people's hearts, man. Like, so if we can just use this game to our benefits to make things better, we'll be on point, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on point.
Definitely.
Divine, I got two questions. You were talking about Fresh. What made you guys? I got two questions. What made you guys rewind that record and spit those lyrics backwards?
That was Dave Organ's idea. That was the studio. That was them big boys. That was Dave Organ and Bill Moore. They came something different, and it worked. That shit was hot, man.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Was that one of the first times that in hip hop that was done?
Yep, I think so. I think besides a breakbeat called Space Funk. Oh, what's his name was on there? Kenny Dope. He put out the 12-inch Space Funk. He knows what I'm talking. The 45.
Manziel.
Yeah.
Yo.
Shout out my big bro Kenny Dope in the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Manziel, if you get Space Funk, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It starts off in reverse.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they got that idea from that, but it came off, man. I kind of like that shit, man.
Yeah,
I see.
I love all that creative shit, man. like Rebel Without a Pause. Hank Shockley got the tea kettle going backwards. You know what I'm saying? You know the
Oh,
Public Enemy.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that creative shit.
Yeah, the grunt. The grunt. That's the
Yeah,
grunt.
yeah. And
That's the grunt.
what about 𝗕𝗏 𝗔𝗵𝗃𝗃 with that drop, that little drip?
Yeah, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sample though.
Yeah.
That's the sample. Yo, I'm gonna shout my man out to you. See the shirt right here, man? Dusty Fingers.
Dusty Fingers.
Dusty Fingers.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll tell you something. This dude deserves more props than what he's getting. I met Dusty Fingers through a cat named Brother Vincent, right? But looking for, like, I had lost a lot. I'm always losing records. I'll have a stock of records. I'll build up a collection. I lend them. Next thing you know, I don't get them back. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Danny Dan the Beat Man. That's right. So he brought me to his house. He said, I know a guy that, you know, I wanted to get back into the game. This was around early 2003 that sell records. I was like, word? He said, yeah. He took me to Danny Dan house. Danny Dan put out these records called Schoolyard Breaks. Schoolyard Breaks and Dusty Fingers. Fingers. And he's also doing, he's making his own tracks. All right. Yo, this guy's so deep, he make up his own beats. All right. So then when I checked out, was it the Schoolyard Breaks? Right. You know, I was like, I was open. He had everything on there, man. All the breaks I wanted. You know, and I was like, I'm back in the game again. You know what I'm saying? Got my man Dan. Yeah, he blessed me with a lot of stuff. He looked out. You know, we trade, you know. And that jam, bloop, bloop, I found one of those. I found that sample. I don't want to blow you up, Danny Dan, you know, but I found that. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. Dusty Fingers. Check out his catalog, right? He got him on social media. And Schoolyard Breaks, man. If you want some jams, go mess with Danny Dan. Danny Dan got
shout out to Dusty Fingers, baby. Shout out to Dusty Fingers.
Yeah, Danny Dan. And speaking on those comps and whatnot, and I know you were speaking that, you know, how you guys first got put on was by Cookies and whatnot. And I remember that was one of the, I believe I had got that when I was first coming up, maybe like 15, 16 on the Ultimate Breaks and Beats. And I remember I would just cut that, who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? And I remember boys were just, you know, they were just rapping with just, you know, just that lingo right there. And I was like, oh man, these dudes are like some hustlers or some shit right there, man.
That was Brother Soul.
Brother Soul, yeah.
Edgar Rodriguez, Bill Moore. And I forgot the other guy. The other guy works for Transit too. Come to find out, I heard that Edgar Rodriguez told me that. Now I want to share some. When the first time I heard, check this out. The first time I heard of who stole the cookies from the cookie jar, there was a record store called Downstairs Records in Manhattan back in the day. It was owned by Nick. You see all them hearts, right? They're coming up, right? They know what I'm talking about. And then I bought that record. It was a matter of fact, that was the first that I know a bootleg. If I'm not mistaken, they was the first to make bootleg. They used to print bootleg in the back of the store. And I remember, Lenny, I wanted to buy a certain record, and he'll be like, you cannot afford this, shorty, but we got something similar. I'll pull out the bootleg, and they were like 25 cents. You know, I remember buying so many bootlegs, man, to the point that, you know, the tokens was like 50 cents back in the days, right? And I had one token left. And I said, damn, I need this record. And I would pay, I would cash the token in. And I said, well, fuck it, we'll just hop the train at 42nd. Got caught by the motherfucking police.
It be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, they had the wooden turnstile back then. And you put your token in, and they make this long, or you walk through the gate. They had the yellow gate. So there was of the 42nd Street where it was like the back station. So once upon a time, that was the hot spot. Up until then, it was the hot spot up until then. And then I remember we had a bag of records. And we going to jail into the holy pit. And I was
That's
like,
how you know my brother loves his records right there.
You
Don't play with my brother's records.
you jeopardize your freedom for that shit.
huh?
Don't play with his
I
records.
say you jeopardize your freedom for the records.
Yeah, they was cool though, because we was kids. So, you know, they scare us and all that. And then they let us off and they gave us a ticket. And then they'll check this out. I had to go to court, right? To Chambers Street to go to court. So I'm thinking that he was going to let us go. The fucking judge gave us a sentence of cleaning them dirty ass graffiti trains, man. Them trains was fucked up, man. Talking about wiping it down. And, them trains was fucked up. And
y'all probably did half of it.
Huh?
I said y'all probably did half of the graffiti.
Yeah, yo, them trains was fucked up, son. Yo, if you had seen a picture of them trains, and he had us cleaning them shits, man, with some crazy ass solution. Yo, the shit wiped it off though. I was like, oh shit. But we had to clean our whole fucking train, son. Lunchtime, this over here, Chambers Street. Lunchtime, and the next thing you know, they give us a sandwich and a Coke, say, have a nice day. I was like,
have a nice day.
Hey, Divine, man, look how crazy this is, though. So you went from hopping the train to now you work on the train, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's something. I'm a chip off the old block. My father, R.I.P., his name is 𝗕𝗿𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 Sr.
Rest
And
in peace,
I'm actually a third, right? And he was fascinated with trains, and he DJ as well. And I just turned out to be just like him, you know. And yo, I love the Soapways, man.
That's
Always
dope,
did.
brother.
Always. It's hard work. It's hard work. Because I know there's probably, I don't know, I got 3 people or they got all. It's hard work. But I'm grateful and I thank Allah every day for what I do, man. I thank him every day, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to even be here. And I know it's good that you went through your experiences and got to meet the people that you met, and for people to know the legendary, you know, your legendary status with your crew. And now you a great dad, just like your dad was a good dad. Now you a dad.
Yeah.
I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
So, were you guys one of the first waves of 5% MCs out in the mainstream of hip hop?
Well, when they made the record, you there? You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. When they made the record, there were Zulus, and they were under J. Cool, Mr. B, Born Unique. Until me, the troublemaker, gave them knowledge. I know they mad about that. And I started giving them knowledge, you know, and they liked the knowledge. Because I remember, I'm not knocking Zulu. I love y'all Zulu cats, but I say this today. I could not understand their supreme mathematics, because their supreme mathematics was 2 before 1. And then I'm like, nah. 2 can't go before 1. 1 goes before 2. You know, that's my debate that I had. And then I started sparking them. You know, I was like, nah, 2 can't go before 1. 1 before 2. And then on that in itself, they put their Zulu lessons away, and they came with me to 5%. And there was this cat that made me a 5% too. All right. When I was in Truman from Rashid that gave me my name, he didn't give me my math. But then about 3 to 4 years later, on a basketball court, I met this guy named Supreme from 170th. All right. Supreme knew martial arts. Supreme was no joke. All right. Very humble, big dude. Government named Keith. So the way he gave me my mathematics, he didn't give it to me on paper. I had to recite it. That was the original way. I had to recite it. Now the Supreme being black man from Mason, now it's no less than, you know, you had to recite it. And his thing was, if I didn't recite it right, he said, all right, I'm giving you this. Tomorrow I'm going to come and I'm going to test you. If you didn't recite it right, he punched you in your chest. He was, say it right.
Yeah.
You know, he said, say it right. And then it only took 1 time. And then I was on point then. And then I brought Unique on. Because Unique lived 2 stories from me. I lived on the 18th floor and Bill on 35. He lived in the 16th floor. All right. So I started schooling him. And me and Unique was tight. I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to send you a picture of me and Unique. Me and him was tight. And then he brought it to Jay and them, right? But this was after we made Fresh, all right? Because if you listen to the record, on Fresh, he was calling himself Supreme, GQ Supreme.
Yeah.
All right. And he was going through different names. He tried to call him, he was calling himself Understanding, because it was justice, freedom, justice. No, yeah, he was calling himself Understanding. Then he went from Understanding to Equality. Then Equality wasn't right in the Zach, because 6 means limitation. If you God, you have no limitation. So he had to remove his name. Then he finally came up with Born Unique. But to answer to your question, Flash, Raheem was to me the first so far as I'm thinking of. I'm trying to give everybody a prop. Was the first MC, but back then you couldn't spit that on a record, man. When, like I said, going back to the interview earlier, you had to be this way, the right way amongst them to please them. This way, you had to keep to yourself. So stuff like part of this way was being righteous. That stuff couldn't be said because we was already marked as a gang back then, which wasn't true. And I remember being challenged, how you gonna be a 5% and you got white friends and you call a white man the devil? I said, it's not that I hate him. It's just that I'm aware of who I am. You know, and I'm not saying all white people are devils, but as you see today with this pandemic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it ain't us making this coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? It ain't us making the cracks. You know what I'm saying? It ain't us doing all this crazy stuff that's killing the world. You know, so you know what I'm talking about. But not my friend that I was growing up with from Corp City Day Camp. That's not the devil. That's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And even today, I call him my brother. You know? You know, so, but first, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, when we started dropping jewels like we wanted to, we was barred. And then I felt a certain way later on when I started hearing, what was the first record that I can't even think back, because this is so many. We talking about archives from 70 to 221. I can't even think back who was the first group who really started dropping jewels like that. You know, but I remember when they became righteous, that's when Profile kind of like, all right, y'all gotta go. You ain't what we need anymore. You know, that's how that.
I got another question about Pumpkin and the Pumpkin All Stars, because Run DMC was on Profile during that time, right?
Run DMC, yes. He was on. He was. Their record came out first.
Yeah. Why weren't they on that All Star team right there?
I don't know. And I used to think I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. On top of Dance Sateria, we all took pictures together for the Magic Rap Attack album.
Oh, okay.
Together.
That's history right there.
Yeah, that's history.
Check out Mr. Magic. I was standing. It was, check this out. It was 120 pictures. All right. I stand the first 60 pictures. All right. And then they said, all right, we're going to take another set. I was like, man, I ain't standing no more. I stepped the fuck off and I sat my ass down. But it turned out the second 60 pictures is one of the ones they put up. I was standing right next to Born Unique on top of that stage, on top of that Dance Sateria. 𝗵𝗵 was there. I think I remember they were sheepskins. I forgot somebody had sheepskins and the Dad Castino shoes with the straps. I forgot who his name with the hat. Fly ass dude too. 𝗵𝗵. Dana Dane was there.
Dana Dane.
He was on there. He was there. Run DMC. I remember them asking, yo. I remember talking to all right. Run is the preacher. Run and Jam. I didn't really, all respect, but they were loud. They were loud at the time. I guess we was all intoxicated. Yeah. DMC, that dude right there, that's my dude. He said, y'all the first, he was tall. So you're the first with the deep voice. So you're the first 3 MCs. Y'all God bodies too? I was like, yes, sir. That's my dude right there, DMC.
That's dope.
This is history right here, bro. This is
history. DMC.
Yeah, I said, I like you. You cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, brother. So, who were some of the people after you, like some of the MCs that when you heard them, you was like, oh shit, he's a problem.
A
Like
whole bunch of man,
whether it's like Big Daddy
Rakim,
Kane or Slick Rick or
Rakim,
Cool G Rap.
when he
These
dropped,
guys too, right?
yo, Rakim, when he
Yeah.
dropped, when he came out, yo, I was like, yo, that motherfucker's trash. I was like, that's the God. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. When he came out with Eric B as president, and then we heard him, and then when he came out with Check Out My Melody, and he dropped the 7, I was like, yeah, yeah. Dropping 40s. We was dropping 40s on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, like I know he hit like a damn meteor or some shit, man, when he came out. And he was God body too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept it 100.
That's dope.
You know what? Now, I would, to your question, Rakim get the respect. Rakim made me, he's like the Tyson. He's like, you know, the Flavor Flav. He kept it 100. He said, he broke that. He said, yo, I'm being me. Rakim get that. He get that badge.
Speaking of Flavor Flav and Rakim, Flavor's actually in that video, right?
Which video?
I believe it's Paid in Full. One of those videos. I believe he's in one of those videos, if I recall.
I'm gonna tell you about that Paid in Full album. A cat that I met, and we sat right next to each other, and I didn't know he was a killer. My man, Killer Ben, coolest motherfucker to know at the time, man. And I was at a party. Oh, shout out to Flasher. It was a TR party. Pre-Sweet used to tag his name. Pre-Sweet, he was treacherous for tagging his name in the Bronx. Pre-Sweet, TR Nation, the Little Rascals. And his protocol was Flasher. Well, Flasher was DJing. So then there was a party, a house party at Jackson Projects. I remember. And I brought my man Born Unique to the party, and I brought my man Shakim, and they got on the mic. And Pre-Sweet was like, he told me to bring a copy of Paradise, the Paradise record, very nice.
Yeah.
At 12 inches. He said, yo, I heard you got Beast Divine, you got Paradise? And back then, that was kind of old. So I bought him. I was like, yeah. So I'm thinking he's going to let me get on the mix. He didn't let me get on the mix. But the fact that I had so much a good time, I didn't care. The party was thumping. Blaster was doing his thing. I was sitting right next to Killer Ben, who was on that Paid in Full album. He was on the Louis and the Louis Vuitton bag and the jean suit with the brown leather top and brown bottoms. So then Killer Ben, something a little disturbance came on. So then he said to me, yo, shorty, man, I got your back, man. Don't worry about it. You all right with me? Because he was just talking, we was kicking it. We just, he used to ask me if I DJ, and we was kicking it. We was kicking the Willie Bobo. So then he was like, something happened. He was like, yo, don't worry, I got your back, shorty. So I was like, I didn't know this was Killer Ben. And I'm looking at, well, I got your back too. He laughed. He's like, yo, who are you? He laughed. I said, yo, I'm Divine, thinking I'm, you know what I'm saying? He said, Divine. He laughed. He said, yo, you know this cat? He said, yeah, that's Divine. He said, yo, where you be at? I was like, I be uptown from the Bronx, this, that, and the third. He said, yo, you know who I am? I said, nah, I don't. He said, yo, I'm Ben. I said, well, pleased to meet you, Ben. He said, yo, this little nigga, yo, give me a beer, man. Give this little nigga a beer, man. This is my little man right here. Yo, you don't know me, Ben? I was like, I'm meeting you now. I guess it's all good. He said, I'm Killer Ben. And I was like, Killer Ben? He was like, yeah. I said, you a killer? He started laughing. I like this little nigga. So then we became mad cool.
Right.
So I guess he told my man Teaspoon, shout out, he R.I.P. Calhoun, Terry Calhoun.
R.I.P. Terry Calhoun.
Yeah, he the one that has a lot to me dealing with DJing too. So he was like, yo, tell your man, show your man my picture. Paid in Full album's gonna be dropped tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
So then I'm at the house, I get a phone call from Terry Calhoun, Teaspoon, Future Splitter, Section 5. So he goes, yo, Divine, I got 2 copies of Paid in Full. Come through, we can cut it up. I want you to check this out. We're gonna listen to it. I get to the house, he shows me the album, and it had all them hard rocks there. And he's pointed to 𝗕𝗏. He said, you know who that is? And I said, yo, that's my man from the party, Ben. He said, yeah, that's 𝗕𝗏. And he is a killer. You know that, right? And I was like, oh, shit. He said, yo, Devon, don't worry about it. He love you, man. He like you, man. I said, he like you. I was like, yo, my heart, yo, I turned fucking white, son. Oh, shit.
That's dope as hell, dog. It's good that you met him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it would have been the other way around, it would have showed.
Woo! When I found out about his, oh my God.
That's ill. Yeah, on that album cover, there's some killers on like everything behind them. It's Ben. Yeah, Supreme. That ain't 𝗕𝗏 nobody is. There's somebody else on there. There's some killers on that album cover.
That's the whole Supreme team right there.
Oh, damn. Woo.
Yeah.
Is Benny on there?
I think Bemi's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, brother.
Yeah, that's a whole clip right there, man. Yo, this straight New York history right here, bro.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Shout out OG Kenny Dope and E-Man in the house.
Definitely. Shout out to you too, brother.
E-Man. Yeah. We rocked that. I want to share this with you. I remember when the record was up and rocking. I'm in Truman High School, and they didn't think that we wasn't a live crew. That's why they were saying that we was faking studio. They used to call it studio crew, right? So, but they didn't know. Yo, my MCs was nice. They could rock, and they still can rock. They still can rock. Like I told you, I'm working on a project with Just, and we just waiting for the paperwork. And then I'm going to reveal that. I work with a project from this guy named, this group called 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏. He an older generation from Section 5, and they came out before us, you know. But they never really, they didn't make a record, but they were known because they're the ones who came up in the streets and earned their props. We didn't do that. We was kids, all right? So there was this cat, the Freedom track. Did you listen to that Freedom track? Did you listen to that Freedom track that I sent you?
Yeah.
All right, the Freedom track, he's the MC on that. My man 𝗷𝗏 from the 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏, a.k.a. Powerful.
Okay.
All right? Him and I, he the one that got me back in the studio. He kept calling me. I'm like, man, I don't want to get involved with that. I'm with my family. I'm driving trains. I'm going to buy a house. I'm leaving that stuff alone. So then we finally, that's how we end up. He got me back. He got me open. Now I want to make an album. Now I'm going to make beats for everybody, you know? Now, when I was in high school, right, we wasn't we was unknown because we was the, you know, like the neighborhood crew, you know, once the little guys, you know, yeah, they cute, they doing their own thing. That was one of us. And we shot the hell with this record fresh. Oh shit, yo, them niggas from Section 5, man. So then it was on the radio where we was gonna perform at the Roxy's, right? And then you know, the limo came and picked this shit happened so fucking fast. The limo came, picked us up. Next thing you know, we highlight as the neighborhood stars. You know, yo, these motherfuckers made it from Section 5. We know them, blah, blah, blah. And yo, I remember DST was on stage, Red Alert was on stage, Grandmaster was on stage. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 had his set up there. That was an honor to be next to 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 cutting on his set. The first time that we talking about 81. I'll send you the flyer. That's the first 81. 81 in Easter. 81, 83, the Easter of 83. Yo, that's the first time I touched some fucking 1200s with the big GLI 9000 mixer. And everything, when you move back, that shit spin back. When you went like this, the fucking fader just pop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that shit was phenomenal. Me and my man Jazzy B. I was gonna have my man Jazzy B with me, but you know, we old, man. We go to bed like 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And then my man Just, he had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So I told him about it. He didn't plug in. So I guess you'll hear the video.
Hey, bro, our platform is yours. We definitely gonna invite y'all back anyway. You know what I'm saying?
There's too much history right here, bro. Especially for everybody on the West Coast. They need to understand, you know, the blueprint. You know what I mean? Like I know it, but man, the rest of the West needs to really know it. You know what I mean? You know, it's like this is this is an honor right here. You know, and shout out to E-Man for the plug.
Thank you, E-Man.
E-Man, that's my man. He helped me out today too, man, with an apartment situation, man. You know, that's my man. That's my man for life, man. You know what I'm saying? So we end up taking the trophy home for the best rapper that night, because they were saying that we were studio rappers. But that night, I wish I could find, if somebody could go to the Roxy's and find this footage, it would be an honor. We killed it that night. We came home with the best rapper that night, plus $150, I think it was, or something like that. I know.
Which was a lot back then. That's a lot now.
We came home with the trophy for the best rapper, the #1. Yeah. So we kind of like shut that crew, that little people, that little, when they said we were studio rappers. Yeah, we nipped that in the bud real quick that night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, brother.
And then when I went to Truman, everybody want to be my friend.
How old were you guys during that time?
Right.
Were you still were you still in high school, or how old were you guys?
High school, 16 years old.
Oh man, you guys were big time in there, huh?
16 years old. I was going to high school, and next thing you know, girls wanted to talk to me, like Biggie said. Yeah, I was that dude.
Like that.
I was that little boy. And be my friend, you know. I was like, hey, I'm with it, you know. But I was really with the 5%. I was really with the guards, though, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
When you ride the train, man, I know you ride that bad boy with a smile on your face, because you ride through the city, you ain't in all that old nasty ass traffic, but then you just looking out and you reminiscing on buildings. You like, damn, I performed at the Roxy with the Zulu Nation. I came in a limo. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel fulfilled? You know what I mean?
I feel pretty much fulfilled. I'll be more fulfilled once I get this track out. I'm waking up, got you up there. My baby's smiling at me. She said, your head is so big. Head is so big.
Hey, we got to give flowers where they do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we got to definitely give them.
I'm going to tell you, I'll feel more fulfilled when I'm be able to prove that I could still make some beats, which I'm working on. And I just hope I just get my talent out there, you know, again. Right. You know, and then I'll be straight. I'll do one album of beats, some old school boom bop, you know what I'm saying, funky. I like to keep a head nodding. You know what I'm saying?
We can't wait to hear it.
Man, we definitely can't wait. Even Kenny was right there. He can't wait to hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
man, you got the fever. That's what our last guest, so-called Bars, he caught that fever. It sounded like you got that fever again. You know, because he said he was rapping in 2014, and he just, you know, just felt it all of a sudden again. It seems like that's what you got too, brother. What happened?
What?
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, you get it. Yo, I want to link up with that cat, man. I want to support him.
Okay, definitely.
I'm trying to find support though, so I don't lose y'all.
Okay.
Give me a call, baby.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up in about 5 minutes anyway, because it's looking like it's about to run out on us.
Yeah,
but we definitely want to know, you know, how can we hear this new album, and when do you expect it coming out?
Oh, he's plugging in his cord.
Okay. We got to wait on him to plug his cord in, y'all. Yeah. Stay tuned.
So who is it that we're interviewing right now?
This is the DJ for the Funky Fresh crew. His name is...
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Devon.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Devon, go ahead, bro.
Yo, so we only got a couple more minutes left. Is there any last shout-outs or anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to my wife who's supporting me, Janet Ferreira, her sister Sharon. Hopefully I'll be working on some things. She got something lined up for me.
Thank you, Mama.
The whole Ferrell family. My mom, yesterday was her birthday. My sister, she just got a car, she's just driving. My niece, My niece, we hanging up tight. She's about to go to one of them smart schools, smart high schools. She wants to become a veterinarian. Danny Dan, the beat man, Kenny Dope, I see you. Freedom, Lord Thunder, Jazzy B, Justice, Born Unique, R.I.P. to Mr. B's moms, who was one of the managers. She just passed through the coronavirus, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let that out, man.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. to everybody, all the families that suffer with that too. This is crazy, man.
Man, it's crazy, brother. I said this is the first time ever where all generations, like far as all ages, all races, all walks of life, could agree that this is something we never ever seen before. Whether you old, young, whatever, we never seen anything like this, man.
This is crazy, man. It gotta be God gotta come through, man. And I think he is,
and he coming through with people like you to revive you and put out stuff for us. You know, music heals, right?
Right.
You know, music heals, so you about to be basically like a healer, man. Yeah.
As well as like that, and also like that brother, you know, the last brother too. Bars, my brother Bars, man. You know.
Yeah, we need more positive brothers out here, man, and thank God that y'all starting to like feel it again and revive yourselves, because we need y'all to put that message out. Thanks so much, brother. We really appreciate you.
Yo, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, because y'all doing it right, and it's funky fresh, man. Keep that alive, y'all.
Much love.
All right? Keep that alive, y'all. Don't stop,
man.
man. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep
and
that,
thanks
build
again
it
to
up.
your wife, man. You know, your wife, your family, your daughters, your nieces. How many dogs you got, brother? Shout out to them dogs. How many you got?
Yeah, man. One of them was trying to get on the camera, but I had to tell him to slow down, man.
How many you got?
I got 4 up in here, man. They all Shih Tzus.
Oh,
they all Shih Tzus. 3 boys and 1 girl. And then, they brothers and sisters, man.
I love it, brother.
Brothers and sisters and nephew and aunts like that.
That's dope.
That's my family right there. Those are my kids, man.
he got a dog, Juniper.
She's in the office side. Yeah, Juniper. That's my little baby girl.
I gotta get home to my cat. I got a cat named Luna. I gotta get home to her.
I went through the cat stage too. Now I love animals, man.
Yeah,
I love animals.
You good people, man. You good people, brother.
Thank you. We
love you, man, and we welcome you to come back again, brother. Please bless the show again.
Yeah, man. We need more history.
Definitely. And I appreciate y'all, man. One love, fellas.
One love, brother. Thanks again.
Everybody give Brother Divine a follow.
Salute.
And a like.
Salute. No doubt. Peace. Signing out.
Signing out, baby. 1.
Signing out.